Ever been scrolling through social media, it's just mindlessly, and you stop on some like random product ad, and you think, who actually buys this stuff?
Right. Or maybe, how are they making sale?
Exactly. And if you're maybe thinking about launching your own dropshipping store, that second question is probably hitting home. How do I make those sales?
It can feel pretty overwhelming, that whole social media piece.
Totally. If it all just seems like a big mystery, well, you've definitely landed in the right place. Welcome to the deep dive.
Yeah, welcome.
And hey, just a quick note, if you're looking to maybe get a bit of a head start, build some initial buzz on your profiles, you might want to check out a site like rapidboost.net. They offer services for boosting social media presence.
Good tip. So today we're really aiming to cut through all that noise, get straight to the essentials of launching your very first social media campaign, specifically for a dropshipping business.
Yeah, moving past that, where do I even start feeling?
Precisely. It's about grasping the core steps that actually get you traction. Our mission here is to lay out a clear, actionable roadmap. How do you create and actually execute that initial campaign?
Turning those scrollers into actual customers.
That's the goal.
Yeah,
So to kick things off, what's the foundational stuff we need to understand? What's the landscape like?
right. Good question. Before we get into the tactics, let's set the stage. What's, unique about dropshipping when it comes to social media?
Well, the big appeal of drop shipping, not holding inventory, that's also what makes it super competitive, right?
Yeah.
Lower barrier to entry means tons of people trying it.
Okay, so more noise to cut through.
Exactly. Which makes social media less of an option and more of a, well, a necessity. And think about the stat, apparently, nearly 60% of online shoppers discover new products on social media.
60%. Wow, that's huge.
It really is. It shows a fundamental shift in like how people find stuff to buy now.
So it's not just people searching Google for something they already know they want.
Not always, no. On social, the psychology is different. You're often not just fulfilling a need, you're kind of creating it. You do that with great visuals, storytelling, showing off trends.
Ah, so capturing attention in the feed, sparking that impulse buy. That, ooh, I want that feeling.
You got it. It's a different game than someone typing, say, best running shoes into a search bar.
Makes sense. Less about finding a specific solution, more about discovering something cool or useful they didn't know they needed. Like seeing a video of some, I don't know, clever kitchen gadget in action.
Precisely. You see it, you imagine using it, you think, huh, that would actually make things easier.
Can you give us an example, like a real case?
Yeah, absolutely. There was this interesting case with a new beauty drop shipper. They were mainly on Instagram,
Okay.
and they really leaned into user-generated content. Actual customers sharing photos and videos using the product.
Oh, nice. Social proof.
Exactly. They combined that with really consistent, engaging stories and reels, and the authenticity just clicked. Within like 2 months, they saw something like a 400% jump in followers.
400%.
Yeah, and they pulled in over $8,000 in revenue just in that short time. It really shows the power of that social proof, especially with visual products.
Wow. Okay, so visuals plus real customer endorsements equals serious results. So we know social media is critical, but there are so many platforms, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, Pinterest. Where should a beginner even start? It feels like you could spread yourself too thin.
That's a really, really important strategic question right at the start. You're right, not all platforms are equal, especially when you're just kicking things off.
So don't just try to be everywhere.
Definitely not. It's about matching the platform's strengths and its audience with your product and your ideal customer. Where do they actually hang out online? What kind of content do they like there?
Okay, so strategic focus. Can you give some specific pointers? Like, if I'm selling X, maybe try Y platform.
Sure. So let's say you have very visual products, fashion, beauty, cool lifestyle stuff. Instagram is often a natural fit, right? Heavy emphasis on images, stories, reels.
Makes sense. What about, say, TikTok?
TikTok's great for reaching younger audiences, also really good for trending products, quirky stuff, anything that works well in short, punchy videos.
Okay. And Facebook. Still relevant.
Oh, absolutely. Facebook still has massive reach, and its ad targeting options are incredibly detailed. Plus, the shop integration is pretty smooth for direct selling.
Right, the targeting. And Pinterest. I always think of recipes and home decor.
Exactly. Perfect for things like home goods, DIY, crafts, anything where people are looking for inspiration. Pinterest users are often in a planning to buy mindset, which is valuable. It can drive traffic long-term, too.
So it really boils down to matching the product and the target buyer to the platform's environment. Like you said, don't try to sell, I don't know, enterprise software on TikTok.
Precisely. You'll get much better results by really engaging deeply on one or two key platforms where your audience actually is, rather than just having a weak presence everywhere.
Okay, focus is key. So once you've picked your platform, maybe Instagram, for example, what's the next step? Setting things up.
Yeah, setting up for success. And it's more than just having a functional store link.
What does it really involve for social selling?
It's about building a cohesive and, importantly, trustworthy brand experience. Your logo, your color scheme, the tone of voice in your bio and captions, the links, it all needs to feel connected.
So people recognize you instantly, whether they see a post or land on your store.
Exactly. Brand consistency builds trust. Then there are the practical things for the store itself.
Like?
Mobile optimization is non-negotiable. We mentioned browsing stats. Over 80% happens on phones. Your store has to look good and work perfectly on a small screen.
Right. Nothing kills a sale faster than a clunky mobile site.
For sure. And the checkout process.
Yeah.
Needs to be super simple, fast, intuitive. Every extra click, every unnecessary field, you lose people.
Streamline it. What else on the store side?
High-quality visuals. Again, it's social media people are scrolling through images and videos. Your product photos and videos need to be sharp, well-lit, and really show the product clearly, maybe even in use.
No blurry phone pics from the warehouse floor.
Please no. And finally, don't forget that social proof on your site too. Testimonials, customer reviews, photos from buyers if you can get them.
Weaving that UGC back into the store.
Absolutely. It builds huge trust. Seeing that other real people bought it and liked it, that can boost conversions significantly. We're talking potentially over 30% increases in some cases.
Wow, that's a massive difference. Okay, platform chosen, store optimized, social profiles looking sharp and trustworthy. Now, the campaign itself. How do we plan it? Where's the starting point?
The very first step before you even think about content is defining clear objectives. What do you actually want this first campaign to achieve?
Like, what's the goal?
Exactly. Is it just getting your name out there, brand awareness? Is it collecting email addresses for later? Or are you going straight for direct sales?
Can you do all three?
You can, but for your very first campaign, I'd strongly suggest focusing on one primary objective. It just makes everything clearer, your messaging, your calls to action, how you measure success.
Okay, keep it focused. So instead of just get sales, maybe get 50 first-time buyers.
Something like that, yeah. Or grow our email list by 200 subscribers. Something specific. Next step, identify your hero product.
Hero product.
Yeah, resist that temptation to try and push your entire catalog right away. Pick one product.
Just one. Why?
It allows for much stronger, more focused marketing. Choose something compelling. Maybe it's trending. Maybe it solves a unique problem. Maybe it just has a visual wow factor. It's easier to build a story around one star.
Okay, focus the objective, focus the product. Makes sense. What comes after picking the hero?
Plan your content. A simple content calendar could be incredibly helpful.
Like mapping out posts for the week?
Exactly. What types of content will you create? Product demo videos, lifestyle shots, behind-the-scenes stories, Q&A sessions. Maybe map out some ad ideas too. Planning it ensures you're consistent, which is vital for engagement and, the algorithms.
Right. Keeps you on track. So we have the plan. Now, the content itself. How do we make stuff that actually stops people from scrolling past?
The scroll-stopping creative. That's the million-dollar question, isn't it?
Pretty much.
Well, think visually vibrant. Think emotional hooks. Captions should usually be short, energetic, grab attention quickly, but most importantly, showcase that hero product in action.
Show, don't just tell.
Exactly. How is it used in the real world? Can you do a quick tutorial, an unboxing video? People need to visualize it in their own lives. Show the benefit, the transformation, the feeling it gives.
Makes sense. Creating desire, not just displaying an item. What about using influencers for this first campaign? Is that feasible for beginners?
It definitely can be. You don't need huge celebrities. Look into micro-influencers.
So smaller followings.
Yeah, typically in the range of maybe 10,000 to 50,000 followers. The key is they often have really engaged niche audiences. Their recommendation can feel more authentic, more trustworthy than a huge star plugging dozens of things.
Interesting. So targeted reach and credibility. What about getting our own customers involved? That UGC thing you mentioned earlier.
Yes, user-generated content is gold. You actively need to encourage it. Create a unique, memorable branded hashtag. Ask people to share photos or videos using your product with that hashtag.
How do you incentivize that?
Run contests, maybe a photo contest for the best shot. Or a challenge. Show us your creative hack using our product. Feature the best submissions on your profile. It generates amazing, authentic content for you, and it builds a community.
That's clever. Builds proof and engagement. Okay, so we have ideas for content. Now, getting eyes on it. Organic versus paid ads. What's the balance?
You really need both, ideally. Organic growth builds the foundation.
What does that involve? Just posting stuff?
Posting consistently is key aim for at least, say, 4 to 5 times a week minimum, depending on the platform. But also crucial is engagement. Respond to comments quickly, answer DMs, interact with your followers. Use relevant hashtags strategically to get discovered. Use the platform's features, polls and stories, stickers, Q&As.
Be active, basically.
Very active. And maybe even collaborate with other complementary, non-competing brands to cross-promote. That can expand your organic reach.
Okay, so build that community base organically, but that can be slow, right?
Yeah.
How do paid ads fit in?
Paid ads give you that initial kickstart, that broader reach. And you don't need a massive budget to begin.
Really? Like how much?
Seriously, you could start testing with maybe $50 or $100. Platforms like Facebook and Instagram Ads Manager let you target very specific groups, demographics, interests, behaviors. You can be quite granular.
$50, $100 to start testing.
Okay, what kind of ads work best usually?
Video ads often perform very well in feeds. Carousel ads, where you can show multiple images or features, are also effective for products. The key is testing. Right, testing. What should beginners focus on testing first?
A/B testing is essential. Test different visuals, maybe a lifestyle photo versus a plain product shot. Test different headlines or calls to action in your ad copy. See what gets more clicks, more engagement.
So run two similar ads with one difference, see which wins.
Exactly. It's a constant learning process. You see what resonates, you tweak, you improve. Even small changes can make a big difference to your costs and results.
And how do we make sure those ads are even seen by the right people?
That goes back to knowing your customer. Really define your ideal customer avatar. Who are they? Age, location, interests. What other pages do they follow? What problems do they have that your product solves?
Use tools for that.
Yeah, things like Facebook Audience Insights can be really helpful. Dig into the data. And crucially, don't forget retargeting.
Retargeting, remind me what that is again.
It's showing ads specifically to people who've already interacted with you in some way. Maybe they visited your website, maybe they added the product to their cart but didn't buy, maybe they engaged with a previous post.
Reminding them.
Exactly. Most people don't buy on the first visit. Retargeting keeps your product top of mind. And the return on investment, the ROI, from retargeting campaigns is often much higher than trying to reach cold audiences, like potentially 10 times higher.
Wow, okay. Definitely need to do that. So we're running ads, posting organically. How do we know if any of it is actually working?
Analytics. You have to track your results. Before you even start, define your key performance indicators, your KPIs. What metrics matter most for your objective?
Like clicks, sales?
Clicks are one thing, sure. But also look at add to carts, actual purchases, and crucially, your return on ad spend, ROAS. Are you making more money back than you're spending on ads?
Right, the bottom line. Where do we find this data?
Use Google Analytics on your store for sure. And all the social platforms have their own built-in analytics, dashboards, Facebook Insights, Instagram Insights, TikTok Analytics. Dive into that data regularly. See which posts drove traffic, which ads led to sales.
Learn and adapt.
Constantly. Double down on what's working, cut what's not. It's an iterative process.
Okay, that feels like a lot, but breaking it down helps. Let's maybe do a quick recap, like the step-by-step for someone launching the very first campaign.
Good idea. So, step 1, research. Know your audience inside out, where they are, what they like, what your competitors are doing.
Okay, research first.
Step 2, prepare your store. Mobile-friendly, fast checkout, great visuals, social proof-like reviews. Make it conversion ready.
Get the foundation solid.
Step 3, choose your main platform. Don't spread thin. Go where your target buyer hangs out.
Platform focus. Got it.
Step 4, build your branded social profiles. Consistent look, clear messaging, bio-optimized with a link to your store.
Professional presence.
Step 5, map out that campaign calendar. Plan your content. Mix videos, posts, stories, ads. Use the scheduling tool if it helps. Consistency.
Plan the work.
Step 6, create high-impact content. Demos, tutorials, maybe influencer collaborations if budget allows, UGC challenges, engaging short videos focused on that hero product.
Make great stuff.
Step 7, run targeted ads. Start with that small budget, focus on the hero product, A/B test your offers and your creatives relentlessly.
Test and learn with ads.
And step 8, track, learn, adapt. Check your analytics weekly at least. See what's driving results, clicks, carts, sales, ROAS. Do more of that, and definitely retarget engaged users.
Measure, analyze, optimize. Phew.
Yeah.
That's the roadmap.
That's the core process, yeah.
Can we maybe ground this with another quick story, like someone who actually did this?
Yeah, okay. Let's talk about Maya. She started dropshipping eco-friendly kitchen tools. Pretty niche.
Okay, eco-friendly kitchen stuff. Where did she focus?
She decided TikTok was her best bet. Lots of clean living and home organization content there. She made these short, kind of quirky videos showing the tools and action cleaning hacks, neat storage ideas, that sort of thing.
Fun visual demos? Smart for TikTok.
Right. She did mostly organic content, really engaging with comments, but she also put just $100 into TikTok ads, targeting people interested in sustainability and home goods.
Just $100, what happened?
Within about 3 weeks, she grew her account to over 5,000 followers and, more importantly, generated over $2,000 in sales.
Wow. From $100 ad spend and good organic content.
Exactly. It just shows that creativity, platform fit, and really learning what resonates can be just as, if not more, important than a massive budget.
That's a great, inspiring example. It feels achievable.
It absolutely is.
So really, to wrap this all up, launching that first social media campaign for your dropshipping store, it's not about some magic bullet or trying everything at once.
No, not at all. It's about being strategic, choosing the right platform,
Mhm.
presenting your product really well, and then consistently, creatively engaging with the right audience.
So the key takeaways seem to be really understand where your customers are online and what they like. Build that trust with a solid social presence and store. Focus that initial campaign on one killer hero product.
Right. And use a smart mix of organic effort and targeted small budget paid ads to get started. Then track everything, learn constantly, and optimize based on what the data tells you.
It's a system. So for you listening right now, maybe the final thought is this. What product do you have or could you find that has that real stop the scroll potential? What could be your hero product?
Yeah. And what's just one small creative piece of content you could make today? Maybe it's a 15-second video showing its coolest feature.
Just take that first step. Move from being a passive scroller yourself to actively connecting with the people who could become your customers.
That's the starting line.